WWE is fucking hot garbage shit right now. All right, and we don't talk about WWE on the show, and that's how you know that it's fucking trash, because the fact that it's being brought up on this fucking show, it's dog shit. WrestleMania is
It's
at the
next week.
end of is next week. At the end of this week,
Next week.
it's the 18th and 19th. So that
Yeah.
this at the end of this week, right? Or the end.
It's Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday
it's
and
5 days
Sunday.
away.
Yeah, it's one fucking week away. And the fact that there is maybe one match on a 13-match card spread over 2 nights that I give a fuck about as a super cash of WWE, super cash, there's a fucking problem. That's a fucking problem. We care about Roman and Punk. That's it. Oba and Brock, cool. But where's the stories? You know what I hate about WWE fans sometimes? They're like, oh, but the match is gonna be great. But the match. The excellence in the ring. You know how many people could put on a great wrestling match? A lot of people. They're professionals. I expect them to do that. You know what I also expect from them? To make me care about this feud. To bring this storyline to life. To be able to portray their character in a very interesting and good way. Especially if you're one of these megastars like Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. I expect storylines. I expect a soap opera. I come in for this, right? Because we can watch great wrestling anywhere. And potentially, if you're going to WWE for wrestling, go somewhere else. Because you ain't fucking getting that great of wrestling. For being honest, chat. Because there's promotions with some better wrestling. AEW, AAA,
TNA,
NXT, TNA. You got some great wrestling. But you know what they also have, Daniel? You want to know what they also have? You want to know what the people booking the show have? A creative mind. A creative mind and an eye for storytelling. I'm gonna pull up a picture. Okay? And I'm just gonna pull it up. Okay?
Oh, wait, Daniel, aren't you the bigger dub wrestling fan? What's going on here?
Lewis, keep going. Lewis is
I'm
not
here.
done.
I'm here. I'm here with it. I'm gonna pull up a picture, guys. Okay, and you guys are gonna tell me what you see. Okay, it's gonna be like one of those like therapy sessions, where like I show you like an image of a black squiggly line. Hold up, I'm not gonna pull it up right now on here. There we go. All right. So what do you guys see right here? Just tell me what images are you getting from this?
I'm seeing Paul Levesque and I'm seeing Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jess, what are you getting from this picture? What are you gathering?
Championships.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of belts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of belts, right? You know what I gather from this picture when I see this man? I see a domestic terrorist. That's what I see.
Oh my god.
I see a domestic terrorist because this guy is single-handedly killing the WWE from inside out. This is a fucking inside job. He doesn't give a fuck about the WWE. He doesn't care. It's a new era. We're gonna be storytellers and this is what we do. Oh, what? Book a fucking trash feud for Mania? That so trash that you had to fucking have so many promotions to fucking sell tickets? Oh, 25% off here, 15% off here. Oh, for 10 hours only, everything is 30% off for the tickets. When was the last time you've heard WWE do shit like that? It's been a long time, probably. All right? This WrestleMania coming up, guys, is going to be the lowest, what do you call it? Like, attendance WrestleMania since... I think like WrestleMania 20
Is that official? Or are you just guessing
No. That's official. It will be.
Every WrestleMania has sold out for like the past 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
This one's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lowest ticket sales WrestleMania of all time.
Now, is that because they really are becoming bad, or is that a testament to maybe fans' pockets not allowing, not can't make room to buy WWE WrestleMania tickets?
Because the go ahead, Lewis.
It is both. However, it's more not the fact that people can't afford tickets, right? Because look, if the storyline was good and the product was good, people would pay fucking money. People would pay. They'd pay. And they would. This shit would sell out. If the feuds were banging, if the stories were great, this shit would sell. We've seen it. The shit before, a couple years ago, shit sold out. You want to know why? Because Roman Reigns was there. Head of the table, tribal chief. Fucking acknowledge him. Right, Jess? Shout out. There you go. There you go. Right? That storyline was so epic that it made...
He always looks good on top, I
It
tell
made...
you.
Okay. Yeah. God bless you, Jess. God bless you. And the reason why people sold out that WrestleMania a couple of years ago is because that storyline was fucking fantastic with Cody Rhodes trying to win that title from Roman Reigns. And The Rock was there. And it was exciting. It was cinema. They were cutting promos on social media, in the ring. It was must-see TV. So people wanted to be there for that. They didn't give a fuck about ticket prices. The ticket prices are fucking same. They don't give a fuck. They didn't care. They fucking said, you know what? I want to see this because this is good. And the build-up is good, and it's fantastic. This man right here, this domestic terrorist, Paul Levesque, triple fraud, triple K, he is the downfall, and he is the epitome of everything bad that's happening in the WWE right now. People want to blame TKO, right? The company that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they bought the WWE and now they're underneath like that umbrella of TKO, right?
Yeah, so Vince McMahon sold his major share of TKO.
Yes.
So they own WWE. They have Paul Levesque Triple H as the creative director.
Mm-hmm. Which means he's in charge of storylines, okay? Now, if we're just talking about wrestling, these guys can wrestle, right? They're professionals, right? They do what they do.
They can wrestle really good.
They can wrestle really good, right? And some of them don't wrestle at all. But we can fucking get into that. And so he's the creative director, right? So he's cultivating, right, with a group of people, these storylines, the story. WWE's a soap opera, right? Since he's gotten creative control, the company has lost viewership on SmackDown. They've lost viewership on Raw. They've went over to Netflix. They've lost a large portion of their viewership within the first year of that deal. And it's all because of this man right here. You could blame TKO. You could blame the prices, sure. But if the fucking product was interesting, people are going to be there. Why isn't the product interesting? Because this guy right here, this domestic terrorist, Paul Levesque, Triple K, doesn't know how to book a fucking show. These wrestlers don't wrestle. These wrestlers, all they do is brawl. They don't actually have a match. They don't wrestle. All they do is talk into a mic, shit promos, not really good fucking story building. The character development's not good. And a lot of these wrestlers are suffering because of it. Rhea Ripley. When is the last time we've seen her wrestle? It's been a hot minute. Jade Cargill, the woman's champion, mind you, champion, hasn't wrestled in months. Hasn't defended the title in months. She's a champion, mind you. And it's not because of her. It's because of this guy right here. He's not booking her properly. They're not booking her properly. It's all him. Cody Rhodes. The reason why they added Pat McAfee to that feud. Him. They could say TKO all they want, but who greenlights it? Him. Triple K.
Is that what set you off the Pat
Paul Levesque.
McAfee
Yes.
appearance?
Because I kind of cared about Randy
But
Orton
he's
and
been
Cody
a part
Rhodes.
of WWE for a while now.
He has, but in a different capacity. Not like this.
I'll take over for this one.
Go ahead.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'll explain this whole history to Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the main event for night one was Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Right. So Cody Rhodes used to be in the WWE a long time ago, like 2010, 2015, whatever. Right.
Wasn't he there when we So wait, before you go any further, Daniel took me to my first WWE event with my godson a few weeks ago for Monday Night
A few
Raw.
months ago. It was in January.
Yeah, in January. Oh, damn, it was in January? Why did I feel like it was around the corner? But who was there? CM Punk was there.
CM Punk was there.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley was
Not
there.
Cody Rhodes.
Not Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was on SmackDown.
Okay. Okay, keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Cody Rhodes was part of WWE from 2010s to whatever. Randy Orton's been in WWE for like 30 years, since like the early 2000s, early 90s, whatever. So the storyline was that Randy Orton mentored Cody Rhodes when he was in WWE. Right? He was like his teacher. He brought him in, whatever. It was a storyline. It's not a real thing. That was what was posed, right? So Cody leaves. He goes, forms AEW. He comes back, right? Cody and Randy didn't really have a feud until now. It's like they've had interactions. It's like their first real feud, right? And so the storyline that we were going down, which made a lot of sense and got people kind of interested in, was that. And again, it's very easy. This was mentor versus student, right? This is a very easy story to tell. You could write this on any TV show, book, novel, web series, fanfic. This is a mentor versus student moment because of what happened in the past. You could write that very easily. We had to include Pat McAfee, who has never had any involvement with Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes, to be Randy Orton's mystery phone call person. Do you see how stupid we're taking this story? Why is Pat... And now, if you listen to Pat McAfee promos and we're getting his side of the story, his argument is that, oh, well, wrestling is not what it used to be, and I'm part of the older generation of fans who want to go back to that time, and Randy Orton is that champion who's going to bring us back to that time. Randy Orton's 45 years old. I love Randy Orton. Randy Orton's one of the GOATs, right? He's one of the greatest of all time. The brother is 45, 46 with a multitude of injuries. So to say that Randy Orton's going to be the one that brings back to the old time doesn't make sense because he can't do that anymore. Right? And then you also have the fact that Pat McAfee is like, oh, Cody Rhodes is the evil. He's the one that's boring and slow and that ticket sales are down because of him. Ticket sales are down because you're in the storyline for no reason. Ticket sales are down because ticket prices are too expensive for people to buy. That's the reason. Because TKO thought that you were such a megastar that you would help ticket sales. You're not. You're Pat McAfee. I get it. You have a you have a very, 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 very niche part of this pie, right? Of this WWE pie, you have a very small. You were a commentator and you wrestled in 2 matches, maybe 3. I'm probably gonna get shit for that in the comments. I already hear. Oh, he wrestled in 5 matches, 2 and 2. I don't give a shit. Okay. Pat McAfee being shoehorned into the storyline is part of the issue. It was not needed. You could have told this story in a much different way. And I'm not on Lewis's side entirely because Lewis puts the blame solely on Triple H. I put the blame solely on TKO. I think Triple H is a great booker when he's not handcuffed half the time. I've been to those NXT shows. I've been there when he was head of creative and he put on spectacular produced matches. I'll give you a little I'm not mansplaining this. I'm going to teach you something real quick, okay? It's not mansplaining. It's going to sound like mansplaining. It's not. Okay, I promise. In wrestling, there's writers and there's producers, okay? Writers write out the storyline, right? They put people together. They create the feud. They create the reasoning. Producers are the ones who kind of choreograph the match. They give the time. They're saying, okay, we're going to go, headbutt here. You're going to punch him here. You're going to lean against the ropes here. They basically are the choreographer for the dance, right? That's their job. When Triple H was head of NXT and he didn't have Vince holding him down, he didn't have TKO holding him down, he was allowed to do what he wanted. Him and his producers put on spectacular matches in NXT, in the black and gold era, right? But when he got into WWE and when he got the name of head of creative, when he got on the TKO board, that's when shit kind of went south because now he has to appease a much higher power. It's no longer his control. It's what TKO wants. So TKO wants to have Pat McAfee on the show. Guess what? Pat McAfee's on the show. He cannot say no to TKO. He can't. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. He has to appease the new shareholder. Vince McMahon is not there anymore, gratefully. Much people want to shit on that because they forget 2020, 2019 and how shit WWE was there, but that's besides the point. So I understand the frustration of blaming Triple H, and I'm not saying he's not to blame. He's part of the reason, definitely, because the writing could be a lot fucking better. But I think part of the issue, too, is that you're trying, Jelly Roll is fighting on SmackDown.
Yeah, I didn't even
Why?
include Jelly Roll.
Really?
Who the fuck is
Why?
Jelly Roll?
But this is part of the issue, is that instead of building out storyline, instead of building out drama and building out genuine care, we're going for the big pop. We're going for the big name value. We're going for, he's good, put them together. Let's run through the Mania card real quick.
Oh, run through
Real
it.
quick.
Let's run through feuds that we care about. Ha!
Right.
None.
So Saturday, there's 2 matches on ESPN. ESPN has the first hour of both Mania, Saturday and Sunday. That's part of the deal. So, first match on Saturday. Have this right? Do I have this right? Saturday match card. Yeah. Yeah. Saturday match card. 6-man tag match. Logan Paul, Austin Theory, I Show Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. Why? Why is I Show Speed here? Why are the Usos not in a tag team title match when Jey Uso was one of your biggest stars last year? And why is LA Knight on the fucking pre-show when he's the most over character in WWE? This is part of the issue. Right? Second pre-show match.
Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre.
Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre.
Mhm.
Why is that the first hour? This is one of the more dramatic feuds, and Jacob Fatu is great and Drew McIntyre is great. This should be near the middle. This should be near the end. This is one of the more intense feuds you've had in the past weeks. They're literally trying to kill each other every week. Why are we on the pre-show? This is actually going to be a really good match. Really, it's going to be. Why are we here? Why did we get here?
And also, Drew McIntyre, good segments. Decent brawls.
Good segments.
I get it. You know Triple H loves a brawl segment. He loves a brawl segment, but Drew McIntyre's been doing good with what he's fucking being given. And that's what the wrestlers have to do. They're literally given a shit pie, and they're like, okay, make apple pie.
And you know what? Sometimes, and most of the time, they make it work.
Mm-hmm.
They make it work. Women's Tag Fatal 4-Way. Nia Jax and Lash Legends, the champions for some reason. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Bayley and Lyra and the Bella Twins.
No one cares. Literally no one cares.
No one cares.
No one gives a fuck. I'm sorry. Like,
AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch.
for the 20th time.
Fine.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Sure. I could tell you who's going to win that match with the back of my hand. The one that upsets me the most. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Gunther came back 2 weeks ago. Gunther retired John Cena. Gunther retired a lot of these legends. Why are we fighting Seth Rollins for no reason?
Hey, Daniel, you remember
Why is Seth Rollins fighting Gunther?
Daniel, you remember the generational heat that Gunther was going to get after beating John Cena? Yeah, how many weeks did that last? Like 1?
Retired AJ Styles.
Where's the heat?
Why are we fighting Seth Rollins?
They didn't even have a match for him 3 weeks ago. They didn't have him on the card 3 weeks ago. It's dog shit. He's one of your top heels.
Co-main event: Stephanie Vecchia versus Lee. Yeah, top heels. Not being used in the best segment. But, it's fine. But you know what's gonna be cool? Seth Rollins' intro. Seth Rollins have a great fucking intro.
And Seth Rollins is just the fucking fodder piece too. He's just fucking a guy that they just put in any feud, and he's like, "Oh, this will be great." No, it's not. It's shit.
Women's championship match: Stephanie Victoria versus Liv Morgan. Fine. I like both of them. I have no problem with that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton with Pat McAfee, which we talked about. Moving on to Sunday. 2 matches on ESPN. Oba Fenn versus Brock Lesnar.
Why the fuck is that not up the card? They want to
Why
get
are we
eyes.
starting with
They
that?
want to get eyes. They want to get eyes. If you're the
It's
opener,
Brock Lesnar.
It's Brock Lesnar.
ESPN, sure.
Now this is a decently built feud. You know,
Yes.
decent brawl segments, right? Brock Lesnar and Oba, they're two big, powerful men, right? Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, right? And then Oba Femi, Oba, right? It's cool. It has some intrigue because they're both big and strong and sweaty, and it's gonna be fun, right? They're gonna fucking hit each other really hard and throw each other on
Right.
the floor, like, you know.
And then you have an Intercontinental Championship match with Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Jay McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio.
If Javon Evans doesn't win
On-
that, I'm gonna fucking scream.
But I this is part of the problem. Fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
Why are half of these guys here? Why is he here? I love Rusev. Why is he here?
Because why not?
JD McDonough. Why is he
Why
here?
not?
Why is Dragon Lee here?
Why not?
You see, but this is part of the problem. It's going to be a great ladder match. This is going to be an absolute barn burner. It's going to be war with these 6 men. Why?
Why are we doing it? It's the why part, Jess. This is the reason. WWE could put on these matches. It's like, you know how the NFL has storylines for some of their games, how some narratives for the games? The WWE has to do that with every single thing, right? They have to script it. They can concoct the narrative. It's not even like this quarterback versus this quarterback. It's already built in. No. You can build it from scratch. You could become a trad wife and make your own fucking cereal.
Well,
Guys,
I do think it's funny that, you know, and I'm not a fan, and I don't mean to disrespect fans when I say this, but it's almost like, well, this is fake.
you know what else is fake?
But I
Movies.
understand.
Frankenstein ain't
Movies
real,
are
bro.
fake. Movies are fake.
You know what I'm saying? Begonia
I
ain't
know
really
that.
happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this is also
I
just,
know
it's a
that.
soap opera. It's a drama.
What I'm saying is, because
But,
it
okay.
is not, it's going through like an ebb and flow right now. I'm sure, like, what they're
But-
missing is a creative visionary storyteller. I mean,
Right.
it seems like they're kind of going through it. Like, it seems like they're
But
going
just-
through like a transition period.
But you want to know what else too, just real quick? Just to push back on your point a little bit. How many years did it take you to watch Yellowstone, the show? Because I know you love that show.
How
The
many
entirety.
years?
Yeah.
It was
including
on
the
the
sequel
air for like
series.
5-6 years. Like 6
Right.
years.
So you made a commitment to that show.
Yeah.
Even though you know the characters are fake, the story's made up, whatever.
Yes.
You made a commitment. These are fans who made a commitment to WWE for a long time.
No, I
And you-
understand, and it sucks. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, let's say we don't feel like we're getting rewarded for that time. It's part of the
Product
problem.
is awful. That's what they're trying to say.
Oh no, yeah, I understand because like you said, TV shows are fake. So when my TV show goes bad, and that's what happened to Yellowstone in its last season, it's very disappointing. But that's because they had major changes in the background. But what I was gonna say with, regards to the fact that they're having all these outside contributors who are not wrestlers, Pat McAfee, I Show Speed, all these in Jelly Roll. I have a serious question: are people not wrestling anymore? Can they not find real wrestlers throughout the country to bring onto the scene?
No.
No, they
no,
can't.
Can they not
They-
give
they
those
can.
spotlights to
They
other
can.
wrestlers that are already there
No, they can't.
and other leagues?
Welcome
Like,
to the biggest issue in WWE, Jess.
Talent development and using talent properly.
it seems like nobody wants to talent. And that okay, so this is what I get back when I talk about fake. I don't mean to say it as a dig. But this is kind of what happens when it's not really an organic thing. You have to have creativity. It's not like other sports leagues where it's natural that natural talent is going to come up through the ranks. And they're not going to have like a stranger block on an offensive. Like, it's not, they don't pull from outside. So I think with wrestling, it's kind of, you guys are just going through a bad season right now. But you definitely need, I think for the fact that it's bigger now than it's ever been. It's kind of seems like they're watering down the product.
Well, here's the
for
thing too, right? And this is part of my problem. WWE does have kind of a semi-developmental. It's NXT. It's Evolve, right? They have those things. And you know what? Some of those women and men on NXT are fantastic at wrestling. Really good. They give great promos. And when their time comes to get called up, where are they? And when they are shown, they're really good. Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes are really good. They're great wrestlers. They're nowhere near this card. You have fantastic young
you
women.
really need.
Go ahead.
No, keep going. No, go.
Well, no, I'm saying you have fantastic young female talent. Where are they on this card? We're still building off of Jade Cargill, who hasn't wrestled in months. When you have people like Julia, who's fantastic at wrestling. Selena Vega, who's being stuck with Aleister Black when she's a fantastic wrestler. I've seen it. And we're living off Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, who are great, but they had their time. Why is Nia Jax still wrestling? She's not great. And I'm not saying these guys are bad, but I'm saying you have to eventually branch out to your younger talent and your new talent. Roxanne Perez being nowhere on this card is a fucking shame. Because she is a great wrestler that hasn't been used in months. These people can wrestle. I've seen it. I know they could do it. They ran NXT for years. Not even months, years. And we're subtracting them because we're afraid that they're not selling tickets. So we need to rely on name value. We need to make Seth Rollins and Gunther. We need to, because that'll bring fans in. That's what they want to see. With Carmelo Hayes, we need to put the belt on Sami Zayn. When Carmelo Hayes has literally 3 months, he had the US title for 3 months. He wrestled every single week and had a 4 to 5 star match every single week. And they they made him lose the title to Sami Zayn to get Sami Zayn on the card. Because Sami Zayn is the bigger name. And you know what? Fans are booing Sami Zayn. But he's the good guy in this match against Rick Williams. They're not even listening to their fans because they have to do what TKO wants. Triple H, gotta give it Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn is a bigger name apparently.
But
he's what's going to sell the tickets.
You know what I hate? You know what Triple H will say? To all the fans who think that the product is trash, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut up. Your product is trash. You've lost half your viewership once you started on Netflix. It's been 1 year. Half of your viewership is gone. You were getting close to 2 million. Now you're getting less than 1 million. Jess, if you know anything about shows and anything about ratings, how bad is that? When you lose half of your viewership since coming onto a platform. Huh? Yeah, does that mean your product's good?
Dramatic dips, for dramatic dips like that within a year,
Woo.
it really does say something about the type of fan base you have. Meaning your fan base, even though it's a product that it's created, they are expecting some form of integrity to the product. Like they are, and not for nothing, because it's not like your favorite baseball team, your favorite basketball team. I don't have to stick around and listen to this bullshit. I don't have to watch this fucking bullshit. You guys can make this better. You're choosing to, you're not, I don't want to, I'm not tolerating you weakening my shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's WWE for a reason. We love it. It's a fandom because of a certain reason. We love these storylines. We love like it is a form of competition that is glammed the fuck out over great production value. It's so they really need to hire someone, and I agree with you. That guy probably should be fired because if you're losing, if you're bleeding, You need to stop the bleeding, and you need to get someone who. And I'm not going to say this guy doesn't care about because isn't he's a former wrestler, right?
Mhm.
So he knows what it takes. So who is he? I mean, he knows what it takes, and he knows what the fans love. So why is he making these decisions? Is it because of TKO? Is TKO just like, well, Vince McMahon is not here anymore, and it's all about money right now. And Riggs is all it cares. And Pat McAfee, he brings in money. He's everywhere. Bring him on. I Show Speed, the biggest fucking streamer across the world. Bring him on. And you really need someone who's gonna fight and advocate to keep great storylines for wrestling. Someone's like, we don't fucking need Pat McAfee for everything. He is a commentator. We have a place for him. He has a role. He doesn't need to have a match. You guys know how I feel about Pat McAfee, so this is not like get him the fuck out of here. Like I Show Speed, you can involve these outsiders without making them the fucking attraction. Your
Mhm.
wrestlers, if you want wrestling to sustain itself, you need to have wrestlers, people who know how to really wrestle. Like only people who know how to play basketball. Only people who know how to play the NFL get in the NFL. Only people who know how to play baseball get into baseball. Why the fuck are you having people whose main focus is not wrestling? Pat McAfee, as much as he loves wrestling, he's not wrestling every fucking day.
Mhm.
He's not taking those hits every day. He's not bleeding wrestling every day. You need to have your main product, your main product. So it seems like they just need a new director. They need someone who's going to tell TKO, okay, we can make it fancy, but no, we're not going to water down the product. But you also need someone who knows what the product is.
Mhm. And this is the one of the last things that I'll say about this topic. And I forgot it. Wow, holy shit. Wow, I blanked again.
It's
What's wrong
okay.
with me, son? Yeah, what's up with me? Um wow, I
It
forgot.
got away from you, but
It'll
it'll
come
come
back. It'll
back.
come back. You
It'll
guys
come back.
fucking get it. Go ahead.
I
But,
mean,
I think I'm sorry to hear that but I think it was because I was seeing the some of the fodder online about other people were saying the same thing, like what's going on with wrestling, what the fuck is this shit, and people were coming down hard on Pat, which I was kind of surprised at because I'm like, he's been a part of wrestling for like the last 5 years, the last 4 years. Why are we shocked that he's in the ring? But I guess now hearing the breakdown,
Yeah. My thought came back to me. These guys get paid
okay,
more than ever now. The wrestlers. They're making them into attractions. They're making them into you see these guys only at the fucking paid live events wrestle. I haven't seen Cody Rhodes. These guys walk into the arena with sweatpants and a hoodie and a coffee. Back in the day, you are in your attire everywhere you go. You enter the arena in your attire. You come from the fucking parking lot with your fucking spandex on and your boots strapped. Back in the day. And you come ready to fucking be here, be on the show. These guys walk in, 3-piece suit, coffee in hand, water in hand, put a microphone and just start spewing some dumb shit. They don't wrestle anymore. Like back in the day when I was watching, these wrestlers, they would wrestle. They wouldn't wrestle the hardest fucking match they've ever had in their entire lives ever on any fucking night. Some days involving the wrestling with the storyline, right? They'll face a guy who is the ally of another guy, and then the other guy will jump into the match, and then they'll have a brawl, get a disqualification. Or the other guy, he's taking out his frustrations about this guy onto this guy, and they have problems backstage, and now, I'm going to take on this guy, and then I'm going to take out my anger, and then this other guy's going to run in and then save that guy, right? You can involve the wrestling with the storyline too. They don't just have to fucking sit there and talk all the fucking time. Yeah, I really want to see them fucking yap for 30 minutes about nothing. Literally. When you listen to Jess, one of the big things about WWE is that the crowd can dictate a lot. They could really dictate the energy of the room, right? When the crowd is Luke fucking warm for almost every segment, there's a problem. You got some of your biggest stars. We're lukewarm. We're like, Oh, we're lukewarm. When you got guys who are so over, you can't turn them heel because they're so fucking infatuated. The audience is so infatuated with them. They're so. When we say over, that means people are in love with them. Their character, what they fucking represent, they love them. Why are these guys not on the show more? Why are these guys not getting a lot of love? Why are these guys not leading the charge? Back in the day, you had Shawn Michaels, you had Triple H, Randy Orton, John Cena, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar. You had Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. These guys were larger than life characters, and they also kept the realism, quote unquote, of wrestling outside of the arena. They weren't fucking on podcasts getting drunk, talking to the opponent that you're about to face. Cody Rhodes, you fucking bum. They were keeping, quote unquote, kayfabe. They were keeping it real. The Undertaker, when he walked outside, he was the Undertaker. And that kind of kept the mystique up. And I liked that. But now they don't do that anymore. Everybody's fucking Mr. Nice Guy outside of the fucking ring. Sick and tired of this shit. Fuck that. Fuck WWE. Piece of shit. I'll keep
Well,
over
a
WrestleMania.
lot of it is culture.
It's like, I don't know.
You know, the culture that people are setting. You know, they don't want to
Plus-
show up in their attire. They think they're big businessmen.
Because
so
they're
they come
making
in
millions
their
of
ti- in
dollars
their-
now. They're making millions.
They should make millions.
But they should fucking work.
That doesn't mean
Work.
it doesn't mean that they should. Well, like I said, who's running? Who's their man? Like who's running the organization?
Triple K.
What are the rules?
Triple fraud. He's creative.
Who's in for? Like, is there a code? Is there a code that says you guys need to come in your attire? Like you have to make these things. If you want to keep things a certain way, you have to etch those things in stone. Remember, once upon a time in the NBA, you couldn't come to the game in jeans. You would get fined. You have to come in a suit. Only Allen Iverson, my first love of my life, only Allen Iverson was like, I'm going to come in how the fuck I want to come in. And now you see these NBA players, they all don't come in suits. Some of them come in whatever the fuck they want to come in. Some come super fresh, super jazz, some casual. And then some are just like, you're an NBA star. You could have. No, I'm sure you can afford something better looking.
And you want to know what it is?
You know, look at the NFL players. People come in with no fucking shoes.
Yeah. And you want to know what it is?
People come in like a tank top and a pair of shorts. It's weird. It's just you have to enforce those things.
As much as he is a shit person, Vince McMahon, when he was running WWE for times, shit was fucking fantastic, electric. My friends talk about this shit, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, the product back in the day, man, you wouldn't fucking believe it. It was must-see television."
Well, that's
Must see.
because he was a wrestler
Vince McMahon.
and he wanted. Well, I mean, a wrestler's heart. He it was his
yeah,
business.
Okay, there you go. He
You
created
understand
the
what I'm
business.
saying?
Yeah,
He went to
Hello.
he's the founder.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. He's wrestling. So he wanted a certain type of world,
Mm-hmm. And he built
and
it.
that's what he created. And another so Vince McMahon actually the reason why you see Pat everywhere is because right before this shit got out the bag with Vince McMahon, he ended up forming like a close relationship with Pat. He was showing up on his show, phone calls. He was growing relationships. And ESPN was getting closer to the WWE. Then it was all big. It's all big one big molding pot of relationships. And I think if Vince McMahon was still in charge, if that shit didn't have to happen, if that shit didn't happen with all these allegations or whatever, and him having to step away or whatever, there's a good chance a lot of this would be not happening, but it would still, some things would be happening, but it wouldn't be so like obtuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he would find ways to grow it, which he did, and without watering down the product. That's how he was able to keep it good and so authentic to its brand for 30 years before he had to give it up.
Anything else you got to say, Daniel, about this topic?
I think the last thing I'll say is that it's WWE's in a place right now where it's weird because I still think the soul is still kind of there. I think a lot of young talent still care about the business and still care about wanting this to work. I think to a degree, Triple H that he wants these people to grow. I feel like he's part of the problem. Yes, that writer room is terrible. TKO is part of the problem. And I think as we go along, we have to see what comes out of this because what's happened has happened. There's no time to recover, so WrestleMania is gonna be what it is. Where we go from after WrestleMania is going to be very important because this is a very low point in the industry. It's a very low point. WrestleMania is the main event. It is the Super Bowl. This is the moment where all eyes are on WWE. And it's often the time where it dictates where the company is going to go. For the next 2-3 years, WrestleMania is the starting and end point for a lot of things. So what's going to happen at WrestleMania is going to happen. Where we go after WrestleMania is going to be very important. If they can recover and they can kind of maybe go back to their old ways and TKO can take a step back and calm the fuck down, and they're allowed to kind of do what they need to do and let the wrestlers run the company and let them run their shows and do what they're supposed to do, I do believe they have the spirit and the charisma to do it. However, if we're continuing on the same path that we've been on for the past 2 or 3 months, the problems are going to get worse. The product will get worse. And TKO is going to have a tough decision to make into how we make it better if they even know how to. Because right now, clearly, they're not showing they know how to make it better. They're making it infinitely worse. So this post-WrestleMania is just as important as WrestleMania itself. Regardless of who wins, whoever has titles at the end of the day, whoever wins storylines, whatever, the future of WWE is going to be determined by the month after WrestleMania and see where we're at there. Because that will be more, I feel like, than WrestleMania.